what's happening, everyone? We're back. I'm just going to jump in there while he's having a drink because I want him to keep his mouth shut for a minute.
Not me.
Yeah, no, Tommy's silent anyway. Call him the silent assassin, lad. Squashed in the middle. Can I have your permission to talk?
Can I speak, sir?
Please, sir, can I say a word? Yes, miss.
Just like, I don't say no, just like...
Finger on your lip, put your hand in the air. Well, we haven't even started yet. And we've got clips. Oh, you're ridiculous. This is why you need him on at this time. Nobody starts piping up like a peking out, lad. He gets funny at this point.
That was Powerade.
That's it.
He's a Powerade.
What else did he have? He's had a coffee from Timmy Hortons. Had a little French vanilla. Oh, mate, they are life changes. Life
This is what we
changes.
need a sponsor for, Timmy Hortons.
Oh, life changes,
Get on
lad.
with that.
Absolute unbelievable they are. So, yeah, we're gonna get into this one. This one's a little bit of a different one. Now, it's a criminological sports-based episode. Now, it's about basically the first female boxers, and it's gonna be like a timeline throughout the journey of female boxing, and basically showing that there is a step towards equality. Was it not? How long it actually took before females were allowed to box in the sport, in the amateur game and professional game. So there's quite a lot to it. Now Tom himself, he's an amateur coach and he's also an amateur boxer himself. So it'll be quite interesting to have his set on it, innit, Tommy?
Yeah, just I speak boxer 24/7.
There you go.
That's all I can say, really. Just all that comes out my mouth.
He eats,
Some people think
breathes
it
it.
comes out somewhere else, but I say,
And Jake just watches a lot of boxing, mate. So, and he's just a weirdo. So it's simple as that. He's a funny weirdo. He's not like a odd weird. He is. He is a face.
You get told not to sit.
Yeah, Jake's the weird uncle.
Yeah, don't sit next to him, but you know what? We'll sit next to him, he seems cool.
Yeah, he's the funny weird uncle. Like he comes out with them jokes. You know what I mean? No, we've all got that uncle who makes them jokes, and you're like, oh, slightly inappropriate but funny. Know what I mean? He's that type of uncle. But yeah. Anyway,
Best ones.
they are the best ones. You learned a bit too much, I think, from your weird uncle. So. Oh my God! Well, just shut up. When we're not getting on to that, because we're trying to be
It's gonna be the best episode yet.
It's a serious episode. This. Pull yourself together, lad.
Watch it and just do the reaction, yeah.
Oh no, I'd actually be sick though. I couldn't get myself through that when I first came out years ago. It's good. Anyway, off that subject. So this episode is based on female boxing and the whole journey throughout the sport. So first of all, we're going to start back in 1954, and we've got Barbara Butterick. Yeah, mad name, I know. She was the first female boxer to have a fight that was broadcasted on national television. Now, she fought at a 98-pound flyweight and was only 4 foot 11 inches tall. Little interesting fact for you. I reckon Tom would smoke here, lad.
It's all about quality now, you can do that.
It's quality now, lad. You can bang them out. Nah, I'm only messing. I reckon, honest to God, I think Barbara would have battered you, lad.
She probably would, lad.
I'd like to see a
Try and find one of the fights.
I think, to be fair,
And it's interesting as fuck,
any
lad.
woman called Barbara, not even a boxer.
Yeah, just take your head clean off, lad. Yeah, take your head clean off, lad. Yeah, simple as that.
Barbara's a chance, I mean, like...
Yeah, put the head on you from Peggy Mitchell style as well, though. Just gets the glass out from behind the back. What? Not I'm up here. But, yeah. So, at this point, that was 1954. So, now there's a big, massive step. Now, there's a few things that have happened, but there was nothing too significant in a sense of, like... honest to God, there was a lot of controversy in the sport for a lot of years. So, over that, 33-year span, there's been a lot of stuff going on. And so it took 33 years then for Marion Trimia, I'm going to say that's the name, Trimia. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Marion Trimia stages a month-long hunger strike, and she was advocating for better conditions, pay and recognition for women boxers because they just didn't have any respect in the sport whatsoever. And it's unfair, to be fair. As I said, it weren't equal well for a woman back then. It was not at all. And just white hegemonic power, male masculinity, it just all dominated. What?
I think she was just making weight. That month-long hunger strike. Making weight.
I'm dead serious, and he just hits with that. Yeah, man, she was making weight.
Yeah, just a few kilograms.
I'm just gonna stab myself for a moment.
Water and apple.
Protesting in the special.
You're next level, you know, like that's what a way to turn a subject. But anyway, that's Jake for you. But yeah, so she was fuck off.
She was making weight.
She was making weight according to Jake, advocating for better pay conditions and recognition for women's boxers. No, she was making a stance and she was fighting against the man. Basically, is what she was doing. And she quoted that we will be fighting as novelties unless women get more recognition. And she was very correct in that sense because female boxers. And from what I've seen over history, and you've probably seen yourself, that he wasn't respected until this sense. And I don't mean this respect from people. I mean respect in the sense of pay and recognition. Because how many male boxers were televised fights over them times, but there was no female boxer? Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. There's a lot, lad. There's a lot into it. And it's like the difference how females were treated to males. Well, for one, it's bang out of order because we're all human beings and we all should be treated equally. And it's as simple as that. But it's just the fact that seeing the story and how it changes throughout time, it still sort of exists for a long time until like, and you'll see this when I move on to the next step now. So this is where Tom mentioned before, and he found this bit interesting. So in 1988, which is only a year after Marion staged the hunger strike, cutting weight, Sweden with the first country to lift a ban on female amateur boxing, so they could then compete in amateur boxing competitions. So Tom made the point before to say that Sweden were against boxing at one point. Is that correct?
They banned it once, or I'm pretty sure they did. I remember when I went to watch Eric Skoglund's fight Callum Smith in the Echo Arena at the time in the World Boxing Series. I remember someone saying that they banned how good Eric Skoglund was, and they banned it for 2 years boxing.
Really, yeah.
And so it's mad to see like a country doing what they should do and having a massive impact in boxing and then banning it. It's just
so they made a big change in 1988 and then further down the line they've then reinstated the ban for a couple of years. It is a mad subject like that. I find that it is interesting, to be fair, to look into. That'll be something else we can look into, that definitely, because there'll be more to it. But this then led on to a big step forward within female boxing after Sweden obviously revoked the ban. And in 1992, after an 8-year-long court battle, Gail Grandchamp, honest to God, you can't make these fucking names up, can you? Barbara Buckrich and fucking Gail Grandchamp. It's like they're made for boxing, lad. They're just made for it. But are you on it? But she is the champ, lad. She's the Grandchamp, and she's the Grandchamp of the court because she also won a battle to deny someone. So basically, she won a battle where it's now illegal, or was illegal, it still is illegal, to deny someone the right to box based on the gender, which is fucking a really big, massive movement and a step forward in feminism in a sense, and also throughout the sport of boxing, because it's unfair that because you're a woman you should be treated differently. It's not on. What do you reckon, boys?
I think at the time.
Oh, we would have a fucking controversial issue going.
No, at the time it was like in the.
Oh yeah, then that's what it was. Yeah, that's just...
Now it's one of the accepting. Everyone, like anyone that says otherwise is misogynist and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was always the man goes out and works.
Yeah, no, that's
to the family.
That's the culture that was instilled throughout society, and it was honestly back then. It's this is going to be controversial what I say now, because obviously women wanted equal rights, and that's just how it was. Do you know what I mean? But not all females stood by that. I'm not saying. And again, I'm not a female, so I can't stand by that. From research I've done into the subject, some women
it's
like actually,
anything, isn't it?
No, just some women preferred to not preferred. What's the word? I'm not going to say preferred. That's not a good way. But they didn't mind. No, they didn't mind. No, didn't mind. I'm not saying liked. They liked it. That's it. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for.
Like the option of you could do it.
Yeah,
you don't have to do it.
They like the so women like the option to they could be a housewife and they'd enjoy doing that, and the man provides, but. Not everyone was in that mindset, is what I'm saying. And as you said, but regardless of it, they should have been the option. So that's all we're saying. It should have been. So feminism is still the battle's still ongoing today, and it still will be until equality is above all, and it won't be. No, we still got to tackle racism, lad, as well as feminism. There's a lot going on. No, I don't think so. There's always things going on, isn't there? But we'll move on to the next part. Now, this is another big part that happens, and this is astronomical in the sense of boxing. So in 1994, the Amateur International Boxing Association lifted the ban on women's boxing. So this is the whole International Boxing Association. So this isn't just this isn't just Sweden. This is everywhere now. So that's fucking amazing. So at this point, after they're fighting, after Gail Grandchamp going to court with the lads, throwing it down, do you know what I mean? Coming out victorious. It's led to a lot of good things. Now, the women, so it said, so this is the international boxing. Now, this is where you think, oh, England as well. Nah. Now, England then were forced to move to, basically, England didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it. From the research I've got, and their hand was sort of forced to be like, yeah, okay, we'll lift the ban on female boxers. Now, that was done in 1966. So, again, within the space of 8 years, there's been a lot of change. From 1988 to 1966, there's been a lot of change and a lot of positive impact. Sorry, 1996, yeah, that's the one. There's a lot of numbers. Yeah, we jumped back 2 years there. Taking a little cheeky glad in the past. But yeah, it is quite fascinating. Like, but the next part, I'm gonna let Jake touch on, to be fair, because you can have a little read of this. There's the little mic closer for you. So it's just this sentence here.
All the noise made in this industry resulted in New York's Golden Gloves, including females, for the first time.
Yeah, so just stop there. So basically, as he just touched on there, after all these changes in the amateur boxing world in the sense of international in England, that then led to the Golden Gloves within America to then sign female professional fighters. So that led to the signing of Chrissy Martin, who's recognised as a pioneer within the female boxing. And she's honestly, every single fight that woman had, there's a documentary on Netflix, give it a watch, it's fucking fascinating. She never gets killed by a coach. It's fucking mad. So she's trained by a coach, she then marries a coach, mad. And then he never kills her because he's obsessed with her and she wants to leave him. It's crazy, but it's a fascinating, fantastic documentary. And seeing her, but she's an unbelievable woman, mate. But yeah, every single fight that woman had, mate, was a fucking war. She's a special breed of fighter, I'm telling you now. She's different, built different. Honestly, Tom, she walked through 3 of us at once. She'd smash all our heads in now, lad. Smash all. Doesn't matter how big she was, like, she'd still smash all our heads in, lad. I'd show you that. Like, you can't get an ankle lock in on, like, because she'll let you with a body shot and slump you, lad, straight away.
Jake Roll,
what?
He
He wouldn't, would he, lad? She's next level, lad. She actually is next level. Now, there's one little sentence left in this whole series of, you know, looking into. This is me a little bit of research I done myself. This was done a few weeks ago for me and Tommy to do this episode. We got Jake on because, you know, he's a bit of a... Nah, I just wanted to be fair, it is that, but it's the fact that I've also wanted 3 people on because, and I just didn't think it was possible because I've obviously gone with these little mics with the 2 on, but we just threw it on all the other stuff. We've just used that as a mobile one, but I'm going to set the arm up and throw it on that. Mobile mic, lad, you're on him, big mobile mic. But yeah, Tom can summarise this, and we're not finishing here because I'm going to touch into something else after it, which is also relating to female boxing. But Tom, this is my last little bit of notes that I want you to summarise in this final sentence here. Yeah. Now, it took up until 2012, from 1966 to 2012. Read this sentence, Tom.
Yeah, so it says, but despite all this change towards equality and inclusion, it took until 2012 for women's boxing to be allowed within the Olympics.
It took from...
I was when Nicola Adams won,
1954. Now, bear in mind, he was boxing in like the late 1800s and stuff like that. But I weren't going that far back because you can't find film and footage of a lot of stuff from back then. Wikipedia's shit. Don't ever take your stats on Wikipedia ever, lad. It's good. Wikipedia's good for stats, but if you're writing it, like you have to then proof check it. I wouldn't necessarily take things off there for granted. I mean, for literal sense, because people can edit the post, so I wouldn't take that in. But so it's what? What's that, lad? 54 to 2012, lads. That's 58 years.
That comes on to a point I want to
58. 2012 for 54. That's 58 years. 58 years it took before female boxing.
Been the Olympics and
2012 to be in, like, that's only 10 years ago, 11 years ago. That's only 11 years ago. That's in our lifetime that happened.
I was going to say before,
fascinating.
What's wrong with it as well is the inconsistency of stuff happening. Because to this day, I think most people watching boxing now, for me, it was Katie Taylor that really got it. Katie Taylor was... And Natasha Jonas now.
Yeah, because she's a Liverpool fighter, yeah.
She is, so like
she's fantastic, lad, yeah.
And Natasha Jonas, they're the ones who spread the word on women's boxing. you look, you go back these years. As well.
When you do your research and look into it, though, you see, but it's because a lot of these, and it sounds awful, but a lot of these fighters and that, like, the only reason I know about Chrissy Martin because I've seen clips of a boxing when I used to watch boxing videos. But when you go to a boxing gym, like fucking 10, 15 years ago, there was a few girls in there. They weren't a lot. There was a couple of girls. No, do you know? No, but they weren't like a big conversation of women boxing in the gyms because it was. In America, it was doing bits. As I said, it was still the Golden Gloves and that. Over here, there weren't very many professionals. We had Katie Taylor coming from the Olympics. Like that's when she started popping off. Am I correct by saying that?
Well, it was like
Natasha Jonas is also.
Nicola Adams, she won the Olympics.
She went. Like, everyone got a name from the Olympics. You have to get your experience in amateur boxing.
Yeah, there's loads of female boxers. I remember watching Michaela Walsh and stuff like that. Watching it, thinking, "Oh, she's good." Definitely batting me, it boxed my head off, but like just watching it, you're thinking like they're fighting each other. Sometimes, like a lot of people say, "I can't stand women's boxing; they're not good." But if you say they're not good, it's whoever they're in there with loads of male fights aren't good.
Yeah. Do you know what you say? They're not good, but a lot of fights you're not understanding the aspect and the skill aspect of it. You're not understanding like why they're doing this, why they're trying to hold off, why they're not throwing many shots. Why they're just counter-attacking, why they're pushing on the front foot. Like, you've got to understand boxing to understand the fight, to be like, oh, this fight's shit. From a perspective of someone who just watches the sport and doesn't train the sport, I understand that. And I myself sit there and go, oh, fucking hell, this is boring. Like, but I've watched more male fights and been like, these are shitting compared to female fights. Most female fights I've watched the wars, to be fair, and that's the truth. Yeah. Because they know they've got to make more of a name for themselves, and you know it's harder for them to get out there, so they make sure they put all on the line every time they fight. And that's the truth. I'm not saying males don't either, sorry, by the way, but I am saying that the fact that I've seen a lot of males give in the ring, mate, and then you just see them give up. And I'm not saying females don't do that either, but when females are getting recognised in the sport now, and they're getting to the point where they're getting good fights on good cards and televised, then women are fucking spot on, mate. Yeah, exactly. They're not picking bums. Whereas I see a lot of men that not bums, because that's an awful way to describe journeyman. It, but there's a lot of journeymen. But journeymen are good fighters, they're good boxers. They've had 100 of fights, they might have lost 100 of them, but they can still stand in the ring and box and survive the whole round. Like, but journeymen are put in there to 9 times out of 10 a journeyman's a test for the fact of they more than likely know the person's going to beat them, but
to get them experience.
You need, but they'll put them in with journeymen who don't get knocked out. So let's say, for instance, someone knows they're going to go and they can fight the full 8 rounds. Know what I'm saying? And they'll put them in knowing they can go the full 8. They can take heavy shots. Now their goal is this new fighter that everyone's raving about is to knock this kid out and get him out of there. And if he does that, he's like, yeah, he's only fought the journeyman, but he knocked him out. So he doesn't get. So that's there's a situation. At the end of the day, you're fighting another man. Man versus man, anyone get knocked out. Woman versus woman, you can get knocked out. But on the point of where people moan about women's boxing, say it's not entertaining, that's a load of shit. Because I can say there's well more less entertaining male fights out there than women fights.
A comment before on the way.
Sorry, Jake, I interrupted you as well, man.
So on the way home from our gym, when Ryan was dropping me off, because we got the tickets for the boxing today, I said the 2 world title fights I've only seen live.
2 world fight. What did that say that again?
2 world title.
You said it the other way though. You said I don't know what you said. But it was funny. Say it again. Go on. Sorry.
World title fights anyway that I've seen. They've only been women. I forgot her surname, but Sharon. She's training in the Thunder now. I watched their world title fight. I think it was when she lost on the Beefy Fowl on the card actually. Good great fight though.
Yeah, good fight. Yeah.
And then Natasha Jonas on another Beefy undercard as well, I think. But again, the world title fights that I've seen, being both women. No, I really want to watch a man's one. I've seen great men. Yeah, no. But
to be fair, do you know what I'm more interested in right now? My fight I actually want to see is Chris Shields' fight.
Yeah.
Didn't when she call out Jonas? Are they different weight classes though?
No, I think they can. I think they said they will try and get whether they will or not.
Catch weight or something. Honest to God, I'd fucking love to see that, mate. Yeah. I'd love to see. Now the last fight, Chris Shields had, I enjoyed watching it. I honestly thought the other bird won. No, Mike, is that the one?
I think.
No, it was the one before. Did she she had another fight after that? I think it was the air. Yeah, that
Sasha Jones good fight. He was saying
that'd be a good fight for her as well. No, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing Chris Shields' next fight, lad. And I actually really am.
Was it
because she
Cameron she fought? Was it?
she was knocking kids out before she went and stood up against certain people. So
How was
I
that?
Eddie Ernst fighter.
Was it the girl?
can't think about it.
I think she fought.
No, the bear from Newcastle. It was the Geordie, weren't it? She fought the Geordie, didn't she? It was the Geordie. She's a brawler, mate. I want to see her again. It was the Geordie bird.
But it was like,
Ah, no, I'm googling this, mate. I'm mad. She was the.
it's like
That was a
Jones.
fight and a half.
I swear she fought Chantal Cameron or something.
She's just been in the news because she's the first female promoter
Who's this?
to manage a female fighter.
Jonas.
Yeah.
Ah, she, yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching a thing on
Legit.
it the other day, a Sky documentary on YouTube, and she was not a documentary, like a fashion thing. She's boss lad. Her personality's amazing. She's
I think it's great what they've gone with that.
She's tardy, lad.
Have you ever seen that? This girl can.
Wait, what was I googling then, boys? Oh,
Clarissa
Chris
Shields.
Shields last fight. It was the George
This girl
girl.
can.
No.
I think that's good what they're doing for the sport.
What's that about?
This girl can. It's a whole thing with the sport.
Savannah Marshall, man, that was it.
Savannah
So-
Marshall.
And didn't Savannah lose?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think
it was in
Savannah won
Manchester.
from watching the fight. I watched the fight.
Points, weren't it?
I
Wasn't
thought-
a finish.
I thought Savannah. I
think
know
so,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. I thought Savannah
I
won.
think it was in Manchester.
So sorry, that's what I'm saying. So I'm looking forward to seeing Clarissa Shields fight again, and I'm looking forward to seeing Savannah Marshall, mate, because of the fact that that was one of the best, like, one of the best female fights I've seen. But no, actually, it was up there, probably one in the top three, should we say? No, top five. I'm gonna say top five. I'm gonna give it like 4. The other 3, you're not knowing. You can tune back in for them. They're like old school bashes though, like a few of Chrissy Martin's fights. You've got a few of can't think of the woman's name, can't do me head in, but it will come back to me. So listen, lad, this Savannah Marshall is a fucking machine. She's a machine. She is evil, mate. Evil. I thought she won the fight personally, but either way, when I watched the fight, it was fantastic. That is a fucking fight, mate. Fight and a half. Any fight that Natasha Jonas is in is a fucking absolute heavy brawl. Now, Natasha Jonas's last fight, if I'm correct, didn't she? We watched that, didn't we, Tom? We went to that one.
I think it was. It was one of them, and that was on the beefy cards.
Yeah, her last fight was. Yeah, that can't he watch. That was a.
I didn't know she was fighting. I just come up.
I felt like I didn't know that was that. It was the fight before that we went to. We didn't go to that one.
Before it was before.
It was the fight before that.
It's too hard to keep.
I've got the record here. I go on and know.
I just
It's when she got the belt, didn't she?
Yeah.
Where's the record? I hate the way this. Oh, swerve it with your ads, lad. You little egghead. There you go. So there's a box record. Yeah, it should just have the where say box rec.
14-2-1.
I know I've seen that, but I want to see a fight.
Just
I know it says at the top there. Nah, it says at the top record there. I'm just seeing it.
Yeah, I hope she's watching that.
Hopefully she does. Results. There you go. So she fought. It was the one. It weren't that white one. It was the other one. Yeah, that Canadian. Both Canadian.
What?
I'm fucking confused. It was that one we went anyway. It was the 12th of November one time we went. It was this one. That was a fucking brawl and a half, mate. Yeah, she won the unanimous decision. She went all 10. It was a scrap. I didn't, and she won by TKO in the 8th. I didn't even. I didn't see that. I didn't see that last fight. Actually, I don't think. Actually, did I? Who else boxed on that card? Was that the thing you won?
No,
1st of July. What was who else was on that card?
Can't think.
I don't
Can't
know.
think of last week. Never mind the first.
No, lad, I know. I'm defo sure we watched that fight, but I know we went to the previous one, and it was a fantastic fight. I've seen it a couple of times, to be honest. I think we've seen it 2 or 3 times, Tom. Twice we've seen it.
We've seen it once. Have I actually?
No, we've had a few. No, we've had a few tickets. We've been to like 3 times. She's boxed 2 of the times we've been to watch boxing.
What about Ashford Wet, mate?
Oh, shut up, lad. Talking about. Oh, I didn't actually see. Didn't she? No, she won. Like I think she done it in. I didn't see that.
You know what? They just need to get out the sport and never
Hey,
come back.
tell you what though.
Nah, they make money, you know, lads.
She's
I know.
doing
Fair
damage.
play.
They sell sports, lads. They
Fair
sell.
play for them making money.
They're
If
selling
people
tickets.
watch it, you should
Yeah, nah, but
do it.
It's not though, because they're what. So you got to look at it this way. It's 2 different audiences, lad.
Do one.
It's 2 different audiences though. The boxing community,
I love the jab
the
there,
actual
though.
box.
I love
No,
the
but
jab there,
actual boxers. don't watch that really unless they're into the YouTuber side of it. So we're only watching them because we watch them on YouTube. Fuck off, I watched them, lad. I thought it was alright. That Logan Paul fight was... Well, it's a boxing... Let's talk, Johnny.
Pulling guards.
He
Drop back on the flag.
Didn't. That was... You're a sausage, lad. You're a bad sausage for that. That was proper sausage behaviour. Nah, it just weren't even funny. Like,
I reckon someone put a bet on that.
yeah, that would be the best for that.
To pull guards on the floor.
Now...
No,
No, they're fantastic, lad. He's made joke, lad. Look at lad. Logan Paul is ridiculous, mate. That kid sells all sorts of tickets, lad. He's in wrestling. And you don't. He's in wrestling, bro. He's in wrestling, bro. Do you understand how insane that is? Lad, the kid's sick. He's so athletic, that guy, lad. It's not even about that, though, lad. It's the fact of like, do you understand like the athleticism and like the body injuries you take through doing that sport? Like, and I get you do that through fighting, but he's doing this every single week, lad, or twice a week. Like it's sick, lads. I just think that he could have.
Someone like wrestling, he can definitely do.
Yeah, no, but he done boxing prior to. But the thing is, he's a big kid and he's got like a good build.
Yeah.
Personally, lad, the only thing wrong with your whole fight was, in my eyes, was your hooks to the body was shit. Like that's it. You were slapping him. You could have just turned your arms in. Not that you're ever going to see this clip either, but that's my only one bit of feedback I've got for you. Any other like you just smashed his head in for the whole clip. He couldn't box. You clearly could, but you should have went in there with a bit more rage and anger in you, to be fair, and tried to knock him out, because you probably would have knocked him out. But yeah, them body shots, lad. Tell him, Tommy, lad. What he was doing is, did you see the fight?
No.
So what he was doing with his body shots. No, I'm gonna show you. So this is where your coaching side can show him how to throw an actual body shot. So he's like throwing them like that. He's not turning them in. He's throwing them this way. So as he's throwing the shots, they're like you look, and he sounded like slaps. Whereas obviously, Tommy, how would you throw a hook to the body, lad? Go on, give us a demonstration.
Not them.
You would not. You obviously not mad, but I'm saying like your arm wouldn't do that. It'd go up, wouldn't it? You'd be punching in, and you want to lift the ribs up and lift them up, lad. Ooh, Campbell Hatton. He looks alright as well, lad.
He's got the body shots like Ricky Hatton.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You've got to, yeah.
I'd off centre line and side dip, drive up.
But, so how would your hands be finishing? Where would your hand finish? Correct. So Logan, look, lad, your hand would finish. How would it finish, Tom?
Like that, lad.
Up like that, lad. You don't want to hit them like that down, because you can break your wrist by doing that as well, to be fair.
The only thing on me now today, I'd have to like obviously
watch the fight.
For that, I'd have to watch the fight.
Do you want me to fucking show you the clip right now?
Sometimes it depends how you chance. Sometimes you just play with them to try and get the card down to hit them the left.
No, every single body shot was like that, lad.
If it's everyone.
He had him in the corner and he was fucking working him or on the ropes a few times, and it just I don't know. I just don't think he was that arsed about finishing him. He was happy to just terrorise him for a few rounds, and you've done what you wanted to do, to be fair. But all I'm saying, not that you're ever going to see this clip, this video, whatever. Throw better body shots, please, because you would have ended him. Yeah, honest to God, you would have ended him in. Yeah. He would have ended, lad, with them body shots. You would have ended him's career, lad.
Say fair players that they're still fighting lads who are
fucking size of him as well. He's massive.
They're fighting people who have got loads more fight experience than them as well. Even though they're not boxers, they still.
Yeah, well.
Let's get on
the.
Let's again. I don't want to go into male boxing too much. This was based on female boxing, but there's one thing I want. Yeah, you got it onto it. You look winking dirty boy. So the one kid I want to take.
Like him, who like you.
Yeah. Come on. Listeners, my audience, and I'm prime.
He is prime. He's prime. He buy your bath water. He buy your bath water. That's how serious he is. I would. Shut up. You're messed up, you. But anyway, the last thing I want to touch on the whole sense of boxing and YouTuber boxing, then we're going to get right off this subject, is Jake Paul, lad, actually has got boxing ability. Like genuine boxing ability. Have you not watched any of his fights?
Yeah, I've watched his fights.
I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to him.
Go
on, what have you got to say?
You have the money to spend to get the best coaches.
Well, of course you're gonna get good.
Of course you're gonna get good.
No, but the fact of the matter is, he dedicates time to it. Like you've got to take his out. No, he has for the past few years.
Since he started, he's done it. But it's not like he's been brought up with boxing.
No, he hasn't. No, I'm not saying that. But he's put dedication into learning. Lad, he's pretty good, and he's fought some pretty good people. Like at the end of the day, you can't sit there and slate him. He's fought good people.
He needs to fight boxers.
No, and he can start doing that now though. Because he's been beaten out by Tommy Fury, so now go and fight boxers.
He made the money fighting retired MMA fighters.
He's made a lot of money, lad, and he doesn't. And if the money doesn't matter to him and he wants to get good in the sport, go and fight some professional boxers that are They're not even mad. Go and get in there with a few journeymen and wipe the floor with them. Then if you think you're that good, lads, simple as that.
Build yourself up, yeah.
Yeah, just no, you don't have to. He'll just knock 3 kids out in jail and go, yeah, he's sad, he's sorted. Get him in with proper people. That's how simple it is.
Yeah,
If you can show progression, people will fight you. But if you fucking, they'll want to knock out.
Everyone's going to take the fight.
But that's what I'm saying. The trouble is with boxing is if you're good and you've got a good knockout ratio, not many people want to take the fights because they know for a fact that can probably stint their career if they're on the same up and up as you. So it's tactical pick and fights. Now, you don't usually get to see the best fighting the best, so we were lucky to see Garcia fight Tank like we was. So, unbelievable. But we're going to move on to the fact of, like, as I've just said then, it's, if anyone fights, if Paul gets into and fights, like, say, 3 journeymen, beats all them, and then he's like 3-0, 3 knockouts, people are going to not want to fight him. No, they fucking are because they don't like him. So that's where he's got it good. If he comes into boxing, usually people, if you've had a 4, 5, 6 win streak and you're on knockouts, not many people want to touch you. Unless you want to prove a point. If he does do it, that's what I'm saying to you. Go and do it properly.
If I could have a chance...
KSI can't box. He can't box. He can't box.
Try and get into it properly then.
He looked unbelievable. Yeah, no, for sure.
Look lean.
And I'd
he looks good.
Within that. But if you're just being muppets and that about it, like...
Jay Paul takes it serious. I think KSI takes it quite serious there, but the thing is with KSI, he needs more time. Bro, you need more time. Chill out, lad. Like, you're good,
just do the Jake Paul fight.
You're not amazing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think you should fight Jay Paul yet, to be honest.
No, shouldn't. But...
I think you do. Don't like KSI. Like, one fight I'll watch then, and one fight where I'll happily watch, and I'll big up the Jake Paul and this. I've always slated you, by the way. I know you're not watching, but if you are, I have always slated you. But just do one thing for me, knock KSI out. I'd be happy to see that fight come together. I think it'd be entertaining. But honest to God, can we be honest here? Can we be honest here? Like, JJ lad in the pre-work, in like when he was doing the warm up, he looked really good, lad. He looked so good. He had like the way he was cutting his angles. He was turning out. He was like, I was like, oof, he's gonna catch someone with a dirty hook. And then he just done. No, it's one of them, lad. I think he just. I don't know. He went in. I don't even want to touch on it. Let's just move on from it because it's just taking too much time. But you're on it. Jake Paul, do the actual route, lad, and you'll get more respect in the sense of people in the boxing world. Because I know you like people. As I say, I think you've got ability, and people will 100% box you, lad. Just go and fight a few journeymen, and prove people wrong. Simple as that. That's all you need to do. And then the next thing I want to summarise up is obviously the whole point of this episode is it was female boxing and feminism standing. Obviously, it was a lot of feminism-based things, standing the ground against the male patriarchy who've fucking control women's rights for years. You know what I mean? It's bang out of order. And I am a feminist myself personally. Like,
I love women.
I love myself some women. That's not even that. It's more the fact that I just believe that it doesn't matter your gender. You should have equal rights. Do you get what I'm saying? So I just don't understand that, but I never will, to be honest. But so this whole episode, I hope that you liked it. I hope that you see why we did it, because it's showing the journey and the struggle of females throughout the sport industry. And it's not just with boxing, this is also with football too. And a lot of things, even with running years ago, there was the marathon. Some woman she registered with just a surname and got a male mate to go and pick up the ticket. And she nearly got rugby tackled off the marathon, the Boston Marathon, I think it was, when she was running it by one of the officials because he didn't want a woman to run in the race. Like, how fucked up's that? But
the women, England women, yeah, like, from what people say to me, yeah, do you watch England play? I say, I watch the women, support them. The men can do one, but I watch the women. I'm just not a big fan of. In the final against Spain, the way they did.
Oh no, I enjoyed watching the female.
That's obviously another.
The female game.
Yeah,
100%. We'll touch on that another time.
Women football, especially
100%. You just.
It's gradually getting more.
It's taken off now, lads. It's getting a little bit more back on behind, and it's about fucking time. So
most of the games now televised.
Yeah, hats off to them. Do you know what I'm saying? Hats off to getting some sort of equality. Like, the wages aren't equal, but the fact of the matter is, it's making a step in the right direction. Same with boxing did. It might take another 20 fucking years, but it'll get there eventually. Know what I'm saying?
A lot of them were part time.
Well, I know, because there's no money.
That's what
I'm saying. You can actually get a career from it, lad.
I've got
a couple you getting.
Don't have to work again.
Because they're getting all right money, but it's still not all right money in comparison to others. But we're not going to touch on that because that's a different subject for a different time. But I hope you like this one. Thanks for tuning in. Nice one, Jake and Tommy.
Yeah, nice.
with Jakey's weight cut antics.
Yeah. Tell me about it. She knows she was right.
Maybe do it yourself. You go to the.
He's an idiot, absolute idiot.
Can't make it, mate.
But yeah,
Die.
adios amigos.
No way. Last about an hour.
Oh no. Ciao for now.